And we are back today for the Asian Confederation Cup ASEAN Zone Final against Adelaide United. Last season, this is the spot where we fell in the Asian Confederation Cup. We lost 2-0 to Melbourne City in Australia. This year, we are back to do one better than we did last year, to defeat Adelaide United, a team who we've already played twice in the ASEAN Zone final, and to make the improvements that we need so that we can go one better than last season. And it was at this point last season where everything kind of unraveled. We lost 2-0 to Melbourne City in the Confederation Cup. Then we lost 2-1 to Stallion away in the PFL Cup semifinal. So in this episode, we are out to do better. We're here to defeat Adelaide United, to do better than we did last season in the ASEAN Zone final. And then there's a lot of time between then, so I don't know if there'll be games in between. But depending on what our schedule is looking like in between, then we'll come back for the PFL Cup semifinal. This time we're at home to Forza. And today is all about revenge. Today is to show that we are better than we were last season, to do better in the ASEAN Zone final, to do better in the PFL Cup semifinal, and to show that we have improved as a squad and that we are better than we've ever been. And this is the squad looking to exact the revenge to show that we are a better team. And the nice thing is, because we are past the January transfer window, we could now register some new players into the ASEAN Zone Confederation Cup squad. And we're adding them in. People who haven't played, Justin Boss hasn't played, and Ahmad Ayub hasn't really played, so they are going into the team. But this is going to be the squad. I've decided to do something a little bit different than I would normally do, and that all 6 of my foreign spots are going to be used in the starting lineup, meaning that we have an entire Filipino bench. And where I was struggling with was whether or not our new signing Celso Jung, who is down here, Berkabar Cisse was always going to start up top, but I was thinking about putting Celso Jung on the bench. And then I was going to stick Dennis Chung was going to play right back instead of Ayub. But the reason I haven't done that is because if we look at his cons here, Dennis Chung dreads playing in big matches. And I do not like seeing that from a defender, especially. So I've decided to use the last foreign spot to put Ayub in there. He's going to be with Boss, Coutinho, and Matthews. And then we have the regular starting lineup. We got Lawali, Yuson, Kempter, Bailey, Bocharov, and Cisse. We are going to need to do well with our first 11, because looking at our bench here, if you all can see that, we have Linatok on the bench, who hasn't really done much for us this season. We have bringing in Carrion, but we don't have a whole lot of attacking substitutions. We don't have a Garrido. We don't have a Celso Jung. So we're really relying on Cisse, Bocharov, and Bailey to do well. But otherwise, I've pretty much done everything I can to make sure that this team is all set. I've gone through and praised everyone's conduct, so morale is as good as it can be. Everyone's shape is pretty good. Everyone's condition is pretty good. So I think we are in the best possible position to be successful against Adelaide United today. But again, as a reminder, this Adelaide United side are very good. They have an excellent goalkeeper in Joe Gauchi. He looks absolutely phenomenal. They have some big players here. Amini was one who we looked at who was quite good. He's a good central midfielder. And Ryan Tunnicliffe, who came through the Man United Academy, he is an excellent central mid as well. They are going to be at home. The last time we played them at home, I believe we drew them. We drew 1-1 away from home, and we beat them 1-0 at home. So I'm also not sure, because we were ahead of them in the group and we won our semifinals. So I'm not sure why this ends up being an away match, but it is an away match, and it is an opportunity for us to do better than we did last year. So here we are, the away match against Adelaide United for the chance to advance in the Asian Confederation Cup and to win the Southeast Asian zone of this competition. We are into the tactical meeting. I'm going to go through all of this. This is the team that's going out. I will see you all in the match. Last season, this is the spot that we fell, but we are a better team. We have better players. We are better prepared. And Mendiola and White are going out to win. And it's an early throw in for Adelaide United as they look to start the game hot. It goes to O'Neill. He finds Fukuda. It's the back post to Amini, and it's just over. We'll take that. All right. Another opportunity here for Adelaide. We need to get our foothold into the match as it goes in. Ayub wins it well. And Cisse can carry the ball forward here. Can we get a nice counter attack going on here? He finds Kempter. Kempter finds Uslan. We have loads of space. It falls in. Oh, Julian Matthews. Julian Matthews. Julian Matthews. The left back. When he got the ball, I wasn't sure about it, but he cut back phenomenally onto his left foot. And Julian Matthews has given us the lead in the Asian Zone final. Yuslan playing the ball. It's this cut back here. It takes out the defender. What a goal. What a lead. Kainoa Bailey's just gotten injured. He's got a calf strain, and we don't have many options off the bench. We are putting on Ngo. We're going to stick Bokarov on the right, but that is a really, really bad injury because Ngo hasn't played well. He's on loan. That is a very bad injury for us to get because Kainoa Bailey is a huge performer for us. But that being said, before that goes through, it looks like we might have an opportunity here. Is Bokarov carrying the ball forward well? He's going to need to cut it back. That's a great ball into Uslan. Let's go out wide to Kainoa Bailey. He finds Kempter. Kempter's going to shoot. And Joe Gauchi with a really good save. And it's been a first half really without that many highlights as we look to go over the top here, but this will be maybe the last highlight before the end of the match as before the end of the first half, but Cisse hits it, Gauchi with the save, and we will have another corner. It has been an edgy first half without many highlights. Uslan to stick it in. He looks for Lawali, and it's just over. We need to capitalize on something here. But that runs out to halftime. We take the 1-0 lead. It's been an even game. They've had more possession, but we're fine with that. It's been very similar shots-wise, though. We're going to tell them that we're doing well to keep working hard. It is unfortunate that Kainoa Bailey is injured. I'd really like to have him still in the match. But Adelaide United get us started for the second half. We are 45 minutes away from advancing. We just need to keep our heads. And Adelaide United with an immediate opportunity to start the second half. Keep our heads, boys. Keep them in front of you. And go. Can't win it. Villarosa going around the outside. It goes into the back post. Justin Boss doing well, but it falls to Juric. It goes in. Please be offsides. Please be off. Amini with the goal. It is not offsides. And Adelaide United have capitalized immediately. And it is 1-1. And Adelaide United, they've made 2 substitutions and are just on the attack here. As they look into the back post, it's well cleared. It's not cleared well. Nelson Gasic with an absolutely brilliant save to keep us in it. It's another opportunity for Adelaide United here. Why don't we have anyone in defense? Nelson Gasic with an amazing save, but there was nobody there. That's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. And for some reason, Julian Matthews, is he entered now too? It falls to Amini, but Kempter winning it well, getting it away. Come on and go. Let's make a counter happen here. And goes doing nothing with it. He's terrible. Is it going to be another opportunity here for Adelaide? We are having a terrible second half. It falls to Amini. Uslan winning it. That's not a free kick. Uslan's done so well to win that. Okay, he is writhing. What is happening here? Why is he writhing around like that? This is such a weird sequence. What's going on? Gosick to swing the ball forward. We got to win it here. Lawali winning it very well. I think we can go wide there. We could have gone to Bocharov, but Coutinho carrying the ball forward. He finds Uslan. Can we find Berkabar Cisse? There's one more to Kempter. There's the pass in. Kempter getting on goal. Kempter shoots. And it's just wide. We needed to lead Kempter in a little bit more on the pass. But that's all right. We have another opportunity here. Lawali to stick the ball in. Let's find Coutinho, Justin Boss, maybe even an Ayub. It goes in near post. It goes back out wide to Lawali, to Coutinho. He finds Ayub. Ayub shoots. And it's well held by Gauchi. It goes into O'Neill. O'Neill playing it forward to Bennett. He finds Bomber. You've got to be kidding me, guys. We got to do better than this. Villarosa going in. It's an amazing save by now. Oh, it's over the bar. I thought Galsic made the save. Larassa going down the right, but Julian Matthews doing really well there. Coutinho playing it back to Matthews. We're going down the line here well and go find the right ball into Yuslan. All right, we're carrying the ball well. Carrion, who's just come on, he might look out wide for a great ball into Bokarov. Bokarov's in. Find the cross. Find the cross. Don't shoot it. Dennis Chung with the throw. He's just come on as well. He finds Boss. Boss to Lawali. We're into the last 10 minutes of the game as we enter the 84th minute. Yuslan, but it goes through to Ngo. Ngo with the shot, and it's well saved by Gauchi. Oh, the game is coming down to the wire here. Lawali to stick the ball into the box. Lawali swings it in with the in-swinger. Justin Boss, another save by Joe Gauchi. Their goalie is so good. They have such a good keeper. Lawali will have another opportunity. Come on, guys, let's find something here. It could go to, I think it goes to extra time. I don't really know what happens after this. Justin Boss. Oh, boy. And Adelaide United with the opportunity here. Amini swinging it into the back post. Nelson Gossick winning it so well. Well done by our own keeper. As we will look to advance the ball. It goes out wide. Can Ngo win it in the air? He can't, but Yuslan wins the second ball brilliantly. Berkabar Cisse, Jeffrey Ngo. Get around the outside. There we go. Ngo's got a score. And Ngo needed to get the end goal. We've had our chances here. We just got to finish. Yuslan to stick the ball in. And Ngo in particular with a number of opportunities at the end of the match. Yuslan with the in-swinger here. It goes in, and it's well claimed by Gauchi. Well claimed. Adelaide United working the ball out very well. It goes to Villarasa. Julian Matthews here. Got him on the outside. They're going to look to play the ball in behind. Villarasa going in here. That's a great ball into Bomber, but it should be... Are you serious? Are you freaking serious? Oh, boy. 5 minutes of added time. We should have won this game. But our front three played terribly. This is going to be the last... This is going to be the last chance here. As it goes into the back post. Cleared, but Dennis Chung, get it back into the box, man. Give us a lifeline here. It goes into the back post. Cleared. It falls to Julian Matthews. Julian Matthews shoots. That's not what we need. That is not what we needed. And that's it. We've been robbed. We have been robbed. We should have won this game. I cannot believe we've lost this in the 90th minute. I'm going to be real with you all. It's about 6 hours after I played this match against Adelaide United. I needed to take a step back for a little bit. And to be honest with you all, I feel like I've let you all down. I feel like everything that we were building towards this season went to winning this match. We hit professional status. We brought in a bunch of new players. We brought in a lot of depth, especially with our Filipino players. So I feel like I've let you all down by not winning this game. Sometimes this happens in Football Manager. You know, last season I felt like we were a little bit off Melbourne City, and I didn't feel like we were as good as them. But this season I really felt like this was a match that we were going to go in and win. Unfortunately, we did not. Ultimately, I think I made some mistakes in this match, especially when we're talking about maybe the lineup that I chose. And I think this is also maybe indicative of my whole squad building, is I've taken some time to reflect on this. Looking at the part of the game is concerned, like, this is exactly what we wanted. We don't normally have most of the possession, but I'm fine with that because we had the better chances and the better XG chances. They had 2.04 XG, but I think that is inflated by that goal they scored at the end. Otherwise, it was a very similar game. We had more shots, more shots on target, and I feel like we could have won this game. But a couple of things happened here that I think maybe need to be reflected on. One, we didn't have a lot of Filipino attacking depth. We had a lot of defensive depth. We have a backup goalkeeper. We have Atienza and Clarino, who can come in and fill the center back positions. We have Nieres and Chung, who could have played in the left back and right back positions. So we had a lot of depth in the defensive positions. We have Magno who can fill in the midfield. Maybe I should have started Dennis Chung. Maybe I should have. He's played the whole season. Maybe I should have trusted him in this position and put Celso Jung on the bench. That's something I should have done. But ultimately, there wasn't enough in the wing and forward positions of Filipino depth. And I feel like in the offseason, I spent a lot of time really considering of putting in, like, I needed Filipino defensive players because we needed that Filipino depth. But I didn't spend enough time really considering the attacking depth. And when we consider that Kainoa Bailey went out early in the match, he's out for 5 to 7 weeks now with a calf strain. We didn't have anyone to put in. Ultimately, Jeffrey Ngo here got a 6-point figure rating. Botrov didn't play well either. And I didn't trust Linatok to come in and change the game. And Carrion, he's a center midfield player. So I think this is something that I'm really going to need to consider going into the offseason. It's getting more depth in the attacking positions, especially Filipino players who can come in and change the game. Because we might have just been reliant on Kainoa Bailey to do really well in this position. And when he went down injured and Go came on, and we got him on loan. We're not signing him. But ultimately, he did not step up when we needed him, and I didn't have anyone else to help change the game. So I think in the end that's probably my fault with the squad building, and maybe with my starting lineup as well. And that'll be something that I probably should look at changing in the future. But that all being said, right now I am going to promise you all this. We're going to be back here at some point. So next season, we're not going to be in the Confederation Cup. If we look at the rules here, we're going to finish in first. We're going to make the Asian Champions League group stage, and we're probably going to get dominated in the Asian Champions League group stage. But if we are ever back in the Asian Confederation Cup, if we are ever back in this position, if for whatever reason the coefficients line up for us to be back in the Confederation Cup, if for whatever reason, we're back in, I promise you all now, we are going to win this game. I'm going to build a team that is good enough. I'm going to make the right moves. I'm going to make the right tactical adjustments. And I promise you all, we are going to win this competition. The next time that we are here, we're not losing in the Asian Zone final. We are going to win this competition. Mark my words now. I promise you all now, we will win this. And ultimately, I probably should be happy with where we are. We're in season 4 of this save. And we are playing Adelaide United, who are in the A-League, who are one of the top teams in the A-League. Like, not long ago, they finished 3rd in the A-League. So we should probably be proud of how we're doing. Like, we took a side, semi-professional, the lowest ranked team in the PFL, one of the worst teams in the Philippines. And we have brought them to the Confederation Cup Asian Zone final against, one of the best teams in Australia. And we took them toe to toe. And, we lost away from home in the 90th minute. We were leading for much of the game. We should probably be happy with that. But right now, it doesn't feel that way. But I'm not going to end the episode here. Next up, I'm going to play United City. And then we will play the PFL Cup semifinal against Forza. And then that'll be the end of the episode. And then if we win that match, next episode, we'll be back for the end of season and PFL Cup final. And we are now back on the 6th of March to play Forza in the PFL Cup semifinal. But to catch up on what has happened before then is that in the latest match, we beat United City at home 3-0, which unbeknownst to me means that we won the league. Yeah, we are so far ahead that we have already won the league at the beginning of March. And to be honest, I would have filmed that match if I realized that we were so far ahead that we would have won the league. But I was not thinking about that, as I was really still annoyed at the previous match. But so I guess despite the lows that have happened in this episode, we have won the league. We are the champions. And this gives us the opportunity to do a league and cup double. Of course, winning the league does mean that we are in the Asian Champions League group stage. I'll talk about the implications of that a little bit more on later. And winning the league means that we have received our budget and payroll for next season. So we're at about £14,000 per week as far as the payroll is concerned. This is a little bit of an increase compared to what we had in the past season. And we have about £200,000 in the transfer budget, which I do think is a little bit more than we had last season too. So we have a nice little influx of money here. We probably will adjust some of this transfer budget to go into the payroll as well to give us a little bit more flexibility there. And honestly, after all that happened, we are starting to get rid of players now. Shin Kumagai was unhappy with his level of playing time, and I figured we're probably not going to play him a whole lot given how we're looking now. And if we didn't play him this season, we're not going to play him next season. So we sold him for £3,800. I thought it was a pretty good deal. It gets him off the payroll as well. Looking at the transfer center too, we never played Terence Linatuk. We're not going to play him for the rest of the season. His contract expires at the end of the season, but we thought, hey, let's just get the bids in. We can get him off the payroll early, and that's £200 per week that we don't have to worry about anymore. I've also started the process of transfer listing and offering a Taijumashev out for £0. I don't think we're going to get anyone in, but he's on £900 per week. If we can get him off the payroll, I think that would help save us a lot of money, given that we're not really playing him anymore anyways. I've also done the same for Moses Bunde. He's on £250 per week, so it's not too bad. He's here for another year. I signed him on a 2-year contract. He's a bit old now. I figure I'll transfer list him. Maybe we'll get rid of him. If not, we might try to get him out on loan next season. But that being said, I've also started the process of improving this team to get to where we want to be. And we have brought in 2 players, unfortunately, neither of whom are Filipino, but 2 players who I think are going to help us in the more forward positions. First is Ara Yousefi. He is a 24 Iranian who I think is pretty solid for this level. He's got a little bit of room to grow, but decent pace, acceleration, and agility. Good dribbling and crossing for this level. I think he's a nice little stopgap. We have him for only 1 season, so he's the one that I'm not sure is going to work out as much, but I think he's a direct replacement for Nikita Bocharov. But the player who I'm really excited about, and I think he could play at an Asian Champions League level, is Francisco Garotzategui. He is an 18-year-old Frenchman who we've only signed for £200 per week, and we have him on a great contract, optional contract extension of 3 years, £200 per week, and we have him until 2031. And we want him for a long time because he's only 18 years old, and he's the best player on our team immediately. Very good physicals, 13 acceleration, balance, 11 pace, 14 stamina, which I think we really need, and also very importantly, a solid 18 natural fitness. But he has very good mentals for this level and a fantastic holy trinity. Dribbling 13, finishing 12, first touch 14. He's even a good penalty taker. This is a really good player. I like him playing out on the right. He can play, he's left-footed, so he can cut inside. He is a phenomenal player for this level. He's already the best player in our team. If we even compare him to someone like Kainoa Bailey, we go to the attributes, he is significantly better. He is the type of player we need to be looking at this offseason. This is the type of player we need to take us to the next level. He is amazing. And with all of that being said, we have won the Philippines Football League. We were unfortunately knocked out in the Asian Zone final, and we are now out for revenge in the PFL Cup. We didn't win last year, but at least we can get a league and cup double this year to try and rectify a really disappointing loss. But this is going to be the team going out against Forza. We're bringing in a lot of our players, a lot of our youngsters. Celso Jung's young, Gorzategi's young, Carrion's young, a young Filipino. Ayub is young. So we're bringing in a lot of these players because we want to see them for next season. I'm not going to play Nikita Bocharov a whole lot because he's retiring, so he's not going to be there. We're not playing Bunde. We're not playing Jumashev or any of those guys anymore. So this is the team that's going to go out. We do have Cisse on the bench. We'll probably bring him in. We have players like Magno and Badia on the bench who we'll definitely bring in. Well, this is going to be the team. We are out today to win the PFL Cup semifinal and end this episode on a high. I will see you all in the match. A chance to avenge our PFL Cup semifinal loss. last year and do a little bit better to make up for our previous match and to end this episode on a high. And we might have a little counterattack opportunity here as the highlight sort of continues. Yusefi playing it into Yuslan. He finds Carrion. Carrion, oh, why did we continue there? All right, Lawali in with the free kick. It is into the back post. Oh, and we can't find the back of the net. That was a chance. And we'll have to win the ball back here. Well done. Good running from Garotsetegi. He finds Lawali. Yuslan, play it out wide. And that's going to be Yusefi. Can he get the ball into the box? It is played back to Yuslan, and that's a terrible shot. And we have a throw in here. Ayub playing it into Carrion. That's a good ball into the back post. Yusefi, you gotta score that. And Garotsetegi over the free kick here. It is swung in. It's been all Mendiola. We have been the better team. Carrion here. Carrion scores, and we finally make our dominance pay off. Carlos Carrion scores his first goal for the club off a deflected strike. We lead 1-0. And it will be an opportunity for us to attack here. Carrion, it's one-way traffic. I mean, we're the better team. I've switched Yusefi and Garotsetegi sides just to see what they can do. But it goes into Carrion. Carrion shoots, and he has 2 goals on the day. Carlos Carrion. And it is 2-0. What a finish. And a nice little assist for Yusefi. Corner kick here. Yuslan to swing it into the box. Can we find Ferroso? We look for Lawali. Lawali hits the post, and we can't finish it. Well, it's halftime. It's 2-0. It has been one-way traffic. We're doing a little bit better here. We'll tell them we're pleased, and we will continue on. And here in the second half, we are 45 minutes away from another PFL Cup final. Ayub with the throw here. He finds Carrion. Back to Ayub. Into Yusefi. Back post. Garotsetegi. And it is a good save from the Forza goalkeeper. It will be out for a corner. Can we do something here? Lawali to stick it into the box. Excuse me. And it's a little in-swinger. Ferroso! And it's just wide. I thought that was going in. Celso Jung holding it up nicely. So he goes around the outside. Can he cut it back? He does cut it back. Yusefi scores, I think. Is it an own goal? It is an own goal. Christopher Santos. I don't really know what happened there. I think it might have been a deflected shot from Yusefi. So Celso Jung got around the outside here, and it was crossed in. Oh, and sure enough, it was deflected. I feel like that's a goal for Yusefi, though. And an opportunity for Forza here. I've brought on all 5 subs just to change the game a little bit. Oh, as they get a pen. Maybe this will save me on clean sheet bonuses. But Seveli, Badia, Magno, Kempter, and Cisse all coming on. And will this mean I don't have to pay clean sheet bonuses? It does. I don't think this is a lifeline for Forza. We are a much better team, but it is now 3-1. And we are immediately back with an opportunity here. Ayub to swing it in. Far post. Ferroso. Valber Ferroso is phenomenal off of corners with his 15 jumping reach. And Ferroso restores our 3-goal lead. And Ayub winning it very well. He finds Magno, who finds Kempter. Plays a good ball out to Garotsetegi. Can he get around the outside? He does. He cuts the ball back. Nicholas Badia! And it's just wide. The youngster can't quite find the back of the net. And one last opportunity. Kevin Kempter, just over. But I think that'll be the end of the match as we go through added time. And I think that is full time. A 4-1 win. A very convincing PFL Cup semifinal victory to end the episode on a high. And this will take us for a chance at a league and cup double. And that victory does take us into the PFL Cup final. And in the other match, DHC on penalties defeated Kaya, which means we will be up against DHC in the final of the PFL Cup, which I think is surprising. DHC are currently 5th. We've done very well against them this year. But that final will take place in May. So it's going to be a little bit, but I will come back for that match, and that'll probably be the last episode that we do. I'll come back for the PFL Cup final, then I'll just continue through to the end of season review. and we will talk a little bit about what is going to happen next season. But again, we will be back for the PFL Cup final. I'll start planning for next season here because we've already won the league, so a lot of these games are a bit of dead rubbers now. But hopefully, this PFL Cup semifinal victory, getting into the final, something we didn't do last year. So I mean, we have to take positives where we can after everything that's happened earlier in the episode. So hopefully, this puts a little bit more of a positive twist on what's happened this season. We can go back to really having dominated domestically. And of course, by winning the league, we have ensured a spot in the Asian Champions League, and that will be something to look forward to next season. But that is everything that I have for this episode. There's a lot that I'll get through, a couple of friendlies with the Philippines here and the rest of the season, but ultimately, I don't think these things matter a whole lot. So, really, at this point, I want to get to the PFL Cup final because that is the next big thing happening, and then the end of season review, and we can look forward to next season. But again, I feel like I've let you guys down a little bit, but we are going to come back stronger for next season. We're going to improve this squad. We are going to be better, and we will come back with a vengeance to win the PFL Cup final. But I hope you all have enjoyed this episode. Thank you again for watching. Thanks for all the support on this series. It means a lot to me and I really appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Bye.